Hi guys, Snake Venom here, and welcome to the presentation of my latest Redstone project, which is a calculator. Um, what this calculator can do, first of all, it can use numbers up to 255 times 2, so number 1 times can be 255 and number 2 can be 255. It can do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Input is in decimal numbers, output is both in binary numbers, this part here, and decimal numbers on this side. First of all, what can you see on the input panel and on the screen? On the screen you can see the binary number 1, the binary number 2, the binary number, sorry, not the binary number, the binary answer on this line, and if you're doing a division into something left, it is going to be shown here. What you can see up here is which calculation type is selected, so addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. You can choose which one on this panel. Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. This lamp is only really usable, well, it has a use, but I'm going to go over that when going over multiplication and division. So first of all, or sorry, not first of all, but second, what can you see on the input panel? First of all, you can see if you can actually input a new number. Second, you can see if it's calculating a multiplication or division. While it's calculating, you can change around the numbers, you can change calculation type, but it won't implement those changes until it's done calculating. Then we have the input panel for the number 1 and number 2. How this works is fairly simple. You choose so if you press one of these buttons, you choose the number 1, and then you press one of these buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Fairly simple. And then, depending on which one of these 3 buttons you have chosen, it is going to take that this number times 100, times 10, or times 1. So let's just add, you can see, addition of 200. As you can see, now it's saying that it's not ready for a new input, and these two things are the decimal to binary converter. You can see 200 as I selected in binary as well, and on the side you can see the decimal number 1, the decimal number 2, decimal answer, and because I'm adding 200 to 0, it's going to say 200 as an answer. 230, I don't know, 30, yeah, 230 times, plus, let's just say 55. So you can see 230, it's ready for the input, plus 50. And you can do this in a rather rapid, rather fast order. And as you can see, the numbers change around, and that was my Skype, by the way. So you can see 230 plus 55 equals 280, which is correct. Now let's just switch to subtraction. So it's going to be 230 subtracted by 55, and you can see it's saying that the answer is negative. That just means that it's still calculating. So we have 175, which presumably is correct. So those two both work perfectly. Just so you know, you can switch between these basically instantly. It will take a few seconds until it has updated correctly, but otherwise those are instant. Now, coming to multiplication, this lamp comes into play. This lamp shows if the numbers are new or not. So if this lamp is on, it will do multiplication or division depending on what you have selected. If it's off, it won't do it. It will only do it until you've updated one of these two numbers. But because it's on, I can do a multiplication. The multiplication takes 20 seconds from start to finish, and now you can also see that it is calculating. So the answer is now 0 while it is calculating. What can I say while it's doing that? Well, just some data. This project took about 2 months and a few weeks to complete, and that includes learning about binary and negation of binary numbers and so on. And as you can see, we get an answer of 12,650. Now, I don't know if that's correct, so let's just check that out. 230, wakey, 230 times 55. That is the same as we get over here. Now you can see that this lamp has turned off. So even if we now switch it to division, it is actually not going to show, it's not actually going to start calculating until we've updated these two numbers. So it was 55 is the number 2, so let's just enter that again. And immediately, immediately, but now you can see this lamp turns on, and then it should turn off. There we go. Now, damn it, music. Right. Now, as you can see, it is now calculating, and because calculating a division is rather complicated, it takes, let's just say it takes about two and a half minutes to calculate. And while it is doing that, I'm just going to go over this thing, the calculator core. So this is the thing that is actually calculating what you have selected. Everything in dark blue in this creation is a full adder made by Emma Roth. Link is on the screen somewhere and in the description. This part, the grey part, is XOR gate or addition and subtraction. So when you're doing subtraction, this pink line, which is basically telling it to invert all the bits, making it negative. You can check out the Wikipedia page on how to do that. I'm also going to link this. In the description at least. The green part are clocks basically, and timing controls of multiplication, which is this lime part, and division, which is yellow. Orange is, well, how can I call it? Well, it's basically a control to turn on and off certain parts of this thing. And red is the reset. Light gray, which is this part here mainly, is converting the calculated answers and numbers into stuff that you can see on the screen right here and on this screen, the binary screen. And now that it is completed, you can see that we have an answer of 4 and the rest of 10. Now if we do a quick head calculation, we can see that 4 times 55 is 220, and the rest of 10, which is quite correct, so it is calculating correctly, as you can see, but also it takes a while for the division. And now this lamp has turned off again, so if we wanted to calculate that again, we'd have to update. This part I'm going to do without anything on the screen. This part here converts the number 0 to 9, which we enter up there, to binary, and this is only important for division. Not going to go more into detail on that. These things are converters of decimal number. I'll start over. This thing, so dark green again, clocks, violet are multiplication of either 100, which is here, 10, which is here, and 1 is not actually multiplying it, it's just inputting it directly into these 4 full adders. Now, because you could say, well, why didn't you just make it so you can just put them into one full adder? Well, that's because I wanted to be able to change every part of the number individually. These are for number 1 and number 2, or number 2 and number 1. I can never keep them apart because they're essentially the same. But there's a problem with these. These can recalculate. These go up to numbers of 999. But the calculator core can only handle 8 bits, which in converted to decimal numbers is 255. Now, if you would say, well, I'm going to break this thing by entering a high number, it's not going to work. Oh, don't want to do this. I want to do this. Hopefully it didn't activate that. Please don't. Alright, it seems that it didn't activate the calculating. Good. It is actually not going to break it, but you're going to get a warning that number 1 is overflowing, so it's not... You're not breaking it, as you can see, it's displaying number 74, but it's not going to show the correct number. Other things, this calculator, so I'm not including, screen, decimal to binary converter, so basically everything that you can see on the screen right now, but only the calculator. This is the smallest currently that can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with numbers up to 255. It is the smallest, so most compact one. Especially proud am I about the division, which normally is a huge undertaking, but this actually is rather small. Download link of this is in the description on Planet Minecraft. If you want to see more calculating madness coming your way, please subscribe. If you have ideas for this, please comment either here on Twitter, YouTube, Planet Minecraft, all the links in the description, obviously. And that's going to be it for the presentation. If you have any questions, please comment, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.